Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Hey, what? 180! 54. Mike, 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
One touch. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
One touch.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check it back or check it back.
First down, Mayfield. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And again, they stop him behind the line. That is read well for a second straight play defensively. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield, and able to find Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
180.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get on.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Two. Lock. 11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And Adams has it, complete.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Go ahead. Mike Popo. Watch the out.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Devontae Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Kings, Kings, Kings.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
65.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
On third down, Mayfield. Complete to Bryant. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Real.
All day, all day. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Regular.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had just 2 drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Mayfield looks to throw, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. They'll run with Coleman on first down, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try to chip someone at the 2nd level.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 40. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 26.
Here we go. Black 80.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Don't be mad.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 28 yards.
80 weapons. 13.
It's Coleman here. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
21.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken short. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They will run again with Coleman. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
A 3rd down gain of 19. Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Coleman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From midfield now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, his one has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
55's mark.
Six.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
Kill.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
65.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Man out.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Record.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. So there you go. Say your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield down from the 50. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
Alert!
Mayfield on 1st down. And he completes it to Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing, Mayfield. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Here's Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Get him, boys.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it second and goal. They run Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Run.
Now Mayfield on third and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. The kick by Bryant is good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So the field goal got them back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. Well, that's one part of the equation, puts them back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that third one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
On first down, it's Coleman. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Hey, alert.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Hey, alert.
1, Omaha.
Switch it.
Coleman now. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go. 180. White.
Not to get. Check 90.
Garoppolo to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 12-yard line. Garoppolo now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. It's caught here by Adams. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
65.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Here we go.
Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. Garoppolo now, and the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for two, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give them a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey,
I got you.
watch the ship.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here we go. 11,
and they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19.
No.
Check. Lock.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the 49ers, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium.